Another prediction by the Holy Prophet ﷺ has proved itself, but nobody had ever thought that this prophecy would come true so quickly. Just about 10 years ago, it was hard to believe. Elder ones still don't believe, but this has been mentioned in the Hadith. Even in the present times, when you show headphones to an 80-year-old and tell him that it plays music or whatever else right inside your ears, they won't believe it. They will definitely be amazed. Do you know the name of the personality who predicted these headphones 1400 years ago? It was definitely the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, "Most certainly people from my ummah will consume alcohol, calling it by another name. Over their heads will be playing musical instruments and singing girls. Allah will cause the earth to swallow them, and among them He will transform them into apes and pigs." Why is music a sin? Isn't azan itself a form of melody? How beautiful it sounds! Did the children of Medina not celebrate the arrival of the Prophet by singing? Let us first see where exactly the music began. We have it on the authority of Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam that when Hazrat Adam alayhi salam died, his infamous son, Qabil, and Satan were very happy. Both gathered at a place and invented some musical instruments to celebrate the death of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. And in the words of Imam, all such musical things which people now use for merrymaking have originated from that. So as we see that music is a very ancient thing, and therefore it's no wonder that it has spread widely with the spread of the human race. But how dare a sensible child of Adam, especially if he is a Muslim, enjoy music which is an invention of Satan and Qabil, the rebellious and disloyal son of Adam? Here one may ask, but what is the haram in music? Why has it been forbidden in Islam? Music is among those things which boosts the emotions and arouses the sensual powers beyond their natural limit. Music gives desire for anger and upper hand and makes them dominant over the intellect. This is just the philosophical aspect. Music makes you dependent, lazy and inactive. Besides, the words of songs that attract people are nothing but the admiration and worship of an entity other than the one and only Almighty Allah. So abstain from the pollution of the idols and abstain from false vain words. There is no sparing of music in the Quran. Yes, one thing is allowed, the daf. It is the same instrument that little girls of Medina played on the arrival of the Prophet. Are there any authentic traditions from the Hadith about music as well? What did the ancient Islamic scholars say about music and songs? Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha narrates that Prophet sallallahu ta'ala wasallam said that Almighty Allah has made unlawful the trade in singing slave maids, their training and listening to their songs. Abdurrahman bin Auf narrates that the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala wasallam said that Almighty Allah has forbidden two nonsensical and wicked voices. One is melody and the other is the cry in distress. Abu Talib Tibri says that Imam Malik condemned music and forbade listening to it and said, if you buy a slave maid and afterwards you find her to be a singing girl, it shall be lawful for the buyer to restore her to the seller. Imam Shafi'i said music was an abhorrent sport. It was just like a filthy thing, and the one who listens to excessive music was a fool. His evidence shall be rejected. Abu Tayyib says Shafi'i declared music as abhorrent. Tradition on abhorrence of music has also come down from Ahmad bin Hanbal. Abu Tayyib Tibri says that Imam Abu Hanifa considered music as abhorrent and held singing as a sin. The same is the view of all the scholars of Kufa like Ibrahim, Shahabi, Hammad, Sufyan al-Thawri and others. There is no difference of view even among the scholars of Basra in respect of its being abhorrent and forbidden. This was the reaction of the companions towards the ordinary music of past times. How forceful would have been their condemnation of musical brands and dance of today. But today, brothers and sisters, music has become so common and ordinary that even some scholars find reasons to make it at least acceptable. Some try to argue that the words that you sing are important. If there is no shirk in those words, there is no sin. Amidst all the schools of thought, musical instruments are never allowed. In all situations and circumstances, playing an instrument for music or any tune will always be haram. It is non-negotiable and non-arguable. But what is happening nowadays? We cannot go a single day without music. The younger ones have literally implanted headphones on their heads so that they never part from music, not even for a moment of the day. Does this indicate that we are unfortunately living in the worst times? The times about which the Prophet ﷺ had warned the Ummah.
For more videos and prophecies, subscribe our channel, The Prophecies.